Okay, so today's blog is going to be about something really, really important to me, and I wanted to dedicate my second blog to someone, the love of my life, the person, the thing that I love the most, that I care for the most on the planet. So this is going to be a sappy, heartfelt, sentimental thing, so if you don't want that, but it's lovely, so just stay anyway. So today we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this. Ah, look at your stupid face. I love you. Look at her. Now, in case you guys didn't know, you're looking at this thing and you're just like, I don't know what the fuck this thing is, because it looks like a rat, a very apathetic rat. But no, in fact, she's a wheel. This is my ferret, my noodle of a ferret. God, she's so chill. I've trained her to be really chill. She just doesn't give a fuck about anything. She's like me. You like the microphone? But I'm trying to display how long she is. She's about 19 inches. I've measured her. She's 19 inches. She fell asleep. Are you awake? But this is my ferret, my lovely darling ferret, Kimchi. Yes, her name's Kimchi, like the Korean side dish. And I want to just explain all about her and why she means the world to me. It's just really hard because she's like a fucking flimsy noodle and I want her to be in the video, so fucking buck up, little girl. You just don't give a fuck, do you? Look at this face. She's so done with your shit. Let's go way back to biblical times, when Sandy was a child. So when I was 8, I went to my friend's birthday party, and I fucking forget her name, but she had ferrets in her house, and you know me, I'm an open-minded person when it comes to animals and food. That's another thing. And so I thought they were cute. I mean, they're like long rats is what I thought. So we were sitting there, and I remember in our like onesie pajamas, and we all had like Coke cans in our. So like I had it, and it was sitting in my lap, you know, like whatevs, and like we were talking to each other, and like, oh yeah, you know, I'm so interested in your 8-year-old life, and I don't give a fuck about blah blah blah. And you know, her ferret was just kind of like peering around the corner, just kind of staring at us, and I'm just like, you know, I look at it and I'd be like, hey, but like they're so skittish, so it wouldn't come near us. And then, you know, like as we were sitting and talking, everyone had their own pop cans, and everyone was like opening it and whatever, my sound effects. Her ferret walked over to me, and I was just like, oh cool. And she crawled on my lap, and I let her be. And so, you know, I was engrossed in 8-year-old conversation, so I kept talking to them. And the next thing I know, I hear and I'm like, and then we look down, and I shit you not, this ferret was observing us all opening our pop cans, that it learned how to open the pop can by itself. So it opened mine, and the moment that happened, my brain fucking exploded, and I was like, I need one of these pets. This is incredible. This is the smartest animal ever. And to me, it just became my lifelong dream to have a pet ferret. So yada yada, life progresses. I was a violinist when I was younger, you know, from kindergarten to 5th grade. So imagine if I stuck with that. I would be pretty fucking good right about now. But no, I stopped, and that's a story for another time. And my mom told me, if you do well, you know, in your competition tonight, I'll buy you whatever you want. And I was like, can I have a ferret? And she's like, sure. And so, you know, I did well. Mommy took me to Petco, and we got 2 expensive little fuckers. And it was from then on that I just started falling in love with them, learning their little quirks. I mean, the fact that they steal, the way they play, the sounds that they make, just their shitty little sense of humor. But, you know, me being 10 years old, I didn't really know how to take care of a pet properly, and we ended up having to give them away. And ever since that happened, I decided that when I get older and I'm a mature adult, I will someday have my own pet ferret, and it will be solely mine. It won't be like, you know, the typical story of like my parent buying a pet for me, and then it's essentially your parent's pet. They pay for it, they pay for the bills, all that shit, and the child just takes care of it. No, I wanted my own ferret that every single cent of it comes out of my pocket for that ferret. I was dating a guy at the time, and you know, he was nice enough that for my 20th birthday, he was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy you something that means the world to you. I really, really love kids. I love kids so much. Probably another reason why I really wanted a pet is because right now, at the age of 21, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I don't think it's very feasible or responsible to have a baby right about now. So I think having a pet is a second best. It really is. And so, you know, he told me, like, you know, I can't have a child with you as much as I care for you, but I will buy you something close to it, and I'll buy you a ferret. And, you know, it was the best birthday gift I've ever had. I've never had anything top it. And so, you know, we picked, at the time, at Petco, all they had were, like maybe 4 to pick from, and they weren't that cute, and I was just like, nah, they're ugly. And I didn't like any of them, so I initially wanted a boy. And so I picked her up, and I was just like, I guess a fucking... Give me a second. Oh, we named her Kimchi, by the way, because it was an inside joke between me and my boyfriend at the time, is that, I look Asian, and I get asked by Asians a lot of the time if I'm Asian or half Asian, and it just became an inside joke with a lot of the fans and also my boyfriend, because I shit you not, on base, like right off base, was this Korean restaurant, and so the lady, I shit you not, one day went up to me, she's like, oh, you're so pretty, are you Korean? And I'm just like, that really? Like, that, I mean, I could pass as like Southern Islander, like Filipino, but Korean? Really? And she's like, well, maybe like half Korean, and I'm like, no. And I remember I told my boyfriend, and he laughed, and so he started, I guess because the only Korean word he knew was kimchi, so he'd be like, so what, are you Kimchi now? Your name's Kimchi. And so he'd call me Kimchi, and, you know, like Papushi, so he'd call me Kimchi Puppy Sheep. You know, that's why I decided to name my ferret Kimchi, because I wanted to keep on the inside joke of like an affectionate nickname that he gave me. And I think Kimchi's a cute name, and I really wanted to give my ferret a derpy name, because ferrets are fucking derpy. So finally we brought her home, and she was just a fucking terror. Like, you know, I guess think about it from like an animal's point of view. You know, they've been living in captivity at Petco for ever since they were brought home from a breeder, and, you know, living alongside other ferrets, and then you take them to a big new place, and they're just like, I don't like this. Who are you, humans? Stay the fuck away from me. And she bit really hard. She would draw blood, and she would hiss at us. She hated us, and I got to the point where I was pissed at her, and I'm like, we're taking her back. No, I ain't doing this. We're taking her back tomorrow. I hate her. She's not even cute. Fuck you, Kimchi. And she'd like stare at me, she'd glare at me, and you know, my boyfriend didn't like her either. He was just like, yeah, she's kind of a piece of shit. I decided to hold out, you know, for the long run, because I thought, you know, maybe she's just scared. I had to go through all the pains of a parent getting used to their child, you know, and she had to get used to me. Like, she was young. She was like 5 months when I bought her. The most important thing is that she just didn't like being touched. She didn't like being held, and I'm like, that ain't gonna fly, because I'm affectionate, and I love you, and you're gonna let me hold you and kiss you. And so the way that to really like solidify it in her brain was to hold her twice as long. If she would bite me, if she'd try and push me away with her little paws, I would grab her, and I'd be like, no, you're here. I'm holding you. You're safe. But it's funny now that I think about it, because she's so chill now. Like, she's so chill. She doesn't give a fuck about anything anymore, and she's come a long way. Like, she would never have let me hold her like this before, and now she just doesn't care, because she's just so used to me carrying her. In fact, anywhere I walk in the house, I carry her, and she just kind of, you know, she chills on she always sits right here on my shoulder like a Pokemon, and we travel all over the house, don't we? Her safety zone is to be on my shoulder, and I realized that because whenever she would get scared, she'd run to me, but as soon as she'd run to my feet, she'd try and crawl up me to get to my shoulder, because to her, that's her safety spot. That's where she's comfortable and happy. And I'm glad that, you know, we got to that understanding, that point in our relationship. I love you. But see, and she's gotten so comfortable with me that she'll just fall asleep in my hand. And that's the intended outcome. That's what I wanted. And so I'm glad that that's what ended up happening with her. You want to say something? Fucking rude ass. Just yawning in my face. She's rude. You're rude. I think, to me, like, you can go mainstream like a dog or a cat, or you can get a fucking ferret and be kind of exotic, because these are considered exotic pets. Because not everyone has a goddamn ferret. Oh, look at you, you're Supermaning. She's Superman! What are you doing? You know, I started learning like little quirks about her, like the fact that she's addicted to ferret bite. See, this is like, it's like multivitamin fucking Vegemite, it looks like. It smells like god awful, and she's so addicted to it. Like, she will scale Mount Sandy to get to it. Watch. Oh, look at her, there she goes. Here she goes, she's climbing. Ah, her nails hurt. Oh my god. Ah, you're hurting She became a very prominent thing in my life, you know, whenever times are hard. They can understand when you're sad, when you're happy, when you're mad. And, you know, it's like this mutual understanding of trust and friendship and love. And God, I'm getting all sentimental, but, you know, give me like a, hey, I'm here for you. And, you know, she likes to lay on my chest whenever I'm sad, or, you know, she'll lick my face and, you know, just tell me like, hey, I got you. I'm here for you. And likewise, you know, when she finally got sick for the first time, it was god awful, and she was puking so much. What she would do instinctively is try and seek me out. She'd run up to me and try and crawl up on my shoulder like she was scared, like, mommy, hold me. And it would break my heart because I couldn't make the pain go away. And, you know, with her, like I said, I can't have a baby anytime soon, but, you know, with her, I've learned a lot about, like, just my maternal instinct of wanting to protect something so much, even though she's just fucking dumb. God, I'm, like, getting all sentimental and, like, I'm tearing up, but it's because I truly love her so much with all of my heart, and she means so much to me. To have a pet that's 100% yours and no one else's is just, it's a heavy burden to bear, but it's also very rewarding. Although I am scared of the day that, you know, when she will pass, because it will happen soon, and it breaks my heart to think about. I highly recommend, if you want a fun pet in your life, get a ferret. Give them a try. You know, the rumors of, like, they smell. The thing I say to that is that every animal smells bad. Like, I think Kimchi smells 10 times better than my dog. My dog smells like wet, shitty dog all the time. It isn't the actual animal with herself. Like, I can cuddle her and I won't feel disgusted. It's the only thing that I think smells bad about a ferret is it, like, her poop and her pee smell bad. But if you yourself as an owner are good about cleaning their cage, they don't smell any worse than any other animal. If they're not incredibly strenuous on your everyday life because they do sleep for 20 hours a day. But when they are awake for, like, the 4 hours that they're awake, they are pretty active and they do get into trouble. They are extremely curious animals. To the point where it sometimes gets them hurt or in trouble. So, you know, it's kind of like, I really want to just say it's like having a 3-year-old in your life. It's just a 3 or 4-year-old, a little kid that just won't fucking stop. And my last bit of advice to you guys is don't adopt a pet with the significant other. Just fucking buy a pet by yourself. It 100% becomes one of those scenarios where it's like, it's a divorced couple with a child when you guys eventually break up. It's stupid. Don't do it. It's like, it's happened to every single one of my friends. It's happened to a lot of adults I know. It's just a sad, like, getting pets with a significant other, unless they're your husband, is just a bad idea in general. So just don't do that. I'm sure you'll see more of this little rat in other videos. And every time I stream, she always makes an appearance. So go ahead and, you know, give my Facebook page a like, Twitter a follow, fucking tweet or twat, subscribe, a like, I don't fucking know, do all the social media things. I have a P.O. box, which will be in the description. So if you want to send anything to Kimchi or me, then you can go ahead and do that. She really likes ferret bite. I'll see you guys around. I hope you liked this today's vlog, and yeah. Okay, say bye, Kimchi. No? She's like, I want more. Bye. Bye.